Hi there, I'm Chim, and thank you so much for joining me today. On this episode of Chim Answers Your Question, I have an interesting question to answer. It simply says, is Kanye West really a Christian? For those of you who don't know him, Kanye West is an American rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, and entrepreneur. He is a man known for several controversies, and this question is coming up because he publicly proclaimed this year that he's born again and going to make a full Christian record or album, and he will only be doing that going forward. And just this last month in October, he released a full gospel album titled, wait for it, Jesus is King. Now, to answer the question, is Kanye West really a Christian? Listen, I don't know him, nor have I even really been interested in him until these recent events. But going by all I have heard him say, I do believe that God is truly at work in his life. Yet I don't feel that this question is one that I am called to answer because I don't really know him. The question I'm trying to answer is this, is what is God doing? Could God be using this man to speak to the world and to speak to people that you and I may never get to reach? I've never listened to Kanye West before this new album, never in my life. Nor have I ever watched his wife's TV show, and I still am not interested so much in watching it. I really don't do those reality TV except for Amazing Race. You may call me a very conservative Christian, but what I'm interested in is to see what God is doing and when God is at work. So when I heard of a very popular hip-hop artist like Kanye West dropping an album that is totally gospel titled Jesus is King, I was interested. So I went to listen, and I've been listening since then on my Apple Music on my phone. And the key thing is the message. It's not a perfect album, but it's definitely a man giving his testimony of what Christ has done for him. And that for me is very powerful. The second thing is the fact that this album, this music is being listened to by millions of people around the world. What a platform. I was thrilled to see that the song of this album was on a top 10 list in countries like Saudi Arabia and very many other Arabic countries. Who knows what God is trying to do? Some of us are put away because we are looking at him, and we're saying he's married to the queen of vanity. Look at what his past life was. How can God be in all of this? Well, it's because we don't see Jesus. Jesus is the one who was called the friend of sinners. Jesus does not have any problem in invading the darkness, the darkest places, and shining his light there to save. We need to understand that many times God is working in people's life, and though they may not yet be there, they are really on a true journey with Christ. I think Kanye West is on a true journey with Christ, and what is happening is real. Why can't it be that God has gotten a hold of this man and has him on a journey? Why isn't that possible? What if Jesus has decided to use this man and his music to get some people to hear of Jesus and maybe even begin to search for Jesus in places where you and I might not be able to reach? Our problem is that we often put Jesus into a box and feel that he must walk in a certain way before we can accept that it's him at work. I like the way my daughter put it when we discussed this Kanye West issue. This was what she said to me. She said, this Kanye West issue was a reminder for me again that Jesus doesn't fit into any of the boxes I may want to put him in. No matter how big I make that box, Jesus has no boxes. He will do what he will do, and he will bring glory to the Father. And as C.S. Lewis writes of Aslan, he's not a tame lion, but he's good. I am definitely going to be praying for Kanye West. That's what my daughter wrote to me. And I think I love the quote she gave about Aslan. You know, the Jesus image of C.S. Lewis in the Narnia series. Our Jesus is the untamed lion of Judah who sees the billions that are outside our churches, who don't listen to our present Christian music, and our present Christian music will never reach them because they don't, and they will never listen to it. They will never listen to Hillsong. And Jesus is zealous to reach them at all costs, and he will do unconventional things so that this gospel may go into places where it has not gone. often we think that if the person measures up to this and this standard of ours, then maybe what they are professing is real, because we have a standard they must meet. This is especially if they have had what we consider a very evil part, like Kanye West. This was the same way Christians in Jerusalem reacted to Saul, who later became the Apostle Paul when he got saved. In Acts chapter 9, verse 26, it says that when Paul, had come to Jerusalem after his conversion, he attempted to join the disciples. Those are Christians. And they were all afraid of him, for they did not believe that he was a disciple. They didn't believe Paul's testimony. And many times, these new converts don't yet have the right Christian vocabulary. They don't speak like we speak. So we say, oh, hear what he said or how he said it. It's not real. But thank God for a man called Barnabas in Acts of Apostles, who saw that God was at work in the life of Saul and drew him in and stood by him. So what I'm sharing here is not just for Kanye West, but for everyone around you. When you see that they're trying to reach out for Jesus Christ, they might not be doing it the way you do. They might still be smoking. They might still be doing one thing or the other. But don't conclude that it's fake. Rather, pray for them. In my life, I try to look out for God and see what he may be doing, and I want to walk with him. As I listen to this Kanye West new album, it looks to me that God may be doing something in this man's life. I've enjoyed the album. So to walk with God, I'm praying for this man. I'm praying that no matter where he is on his journey with Christ, he will go deeper and know Christ better. I'm praying also for this album and the message that it contains, that God will use it to draw many to search for Christ. That some who have had no other access to this glorious truth of the gospel may listen to Kanye West's new album and be challenged to go read the Bible or attend the church where they can hear more and maybe find Christ. So what I'm saying is this: is Kanye West a real Christian, like I was asked? Well, he says he is, and I believe that God is at work in his life. And I want to encourage you to do what he has asked all of us to do for him. In one of the songs in this new album, titled Hands On, he puts it like this, and I'll read out the lyrics. This is what he says: I deserve all the criticism you got. If that's all the love you have, that's all you got. To sing of change, you think I'm joking. To praise his name, you ask what I'm smoking. Yes, I understand your reluctancy, yeah. But I have a request, you see. Don't throw me up. Lay your hands on me. Please pray for me. Wow. Let's pray for Kanye West. Thank you for listening to me. Please subscribe to our channel. Please leave a comment below on your own views on this subject. I know you have your views. Do feel free to send us your questions on any other subject on your heart, and we'll do our best to give you a Bible-based answer from God. Thank you for joining us. God bless you.